Yet again, you got to come closer. There's no other way to do this.
Yeah,
You
you
see,
gotta just
there's no way without this.
okay. So put a book under it. Should I put a book under it? It's fine. I got it. It's fine.
Okay, ever since coronavirus started and I've moved to this newer studio, we've been plagued with a mountain of technical issues that have to finally be remedied. We thought that the best way would be to actually, well, let me just increase the volume here. We thought the best way, this is not up. Is that better? No.
Yeah.
Okay, I can barely hear myself. We thought the best way would be to do things through Zoom, but these disgusting Zoom bombers, they're unbelievable. Anyway, before I get into the subject of the night, let's first talk about some of the things going on. Just a quick update. In New York and New Jersey, where we are, the number of coronavirus cases have come down, thank God, significantly. They're still unacceptably high. But the upsetting thing, besides that, of course, that people are dying, is that we thought that the epicenter was here in the tri-state area, and if it went down, it would go down for the rest of the country. Now it's beginning to spread to the rest of the country, and I'm kind of wondering, like, what are we going to do about this, given that there isn't one standard for all the states? The federal system, the state system, they're not in sync. So Israel has kept deaths under 250, which is unbelievable. You got to give Netanyahu tremendous credit. Um, but in the United States, we're hitting 72, 73,000 deaths, and they're projecting 120,000, 130,000 by August. I say this because we've got to do something to make things better. And a lot of people are at home, and there's an opportunity to focus more on ourselves, because here in this uh, challenge, heroism is defined as like you stay home, don't spread the virus. So but a lot of people have too much time on their hands, and instead of doing something beneficial and a blessing and something that really is heroic, like reaching out to people they haven't spoken to in a while, or reaching out to people who are sick, or trying to get. I mean, I spend, excuse me, a few hours of my day every day, nearly every day, trying to help complete strangers who are sick, who I hear about, get medicines, things like that, to the extent that that I can assist. I can't always assist, but to the extent that I know certain people who might be able to help, so I try and help. And I'm no hero. It's just that, you know, the golden rule, Leviticus 19:18. We read it in the parsha last week. Love your fellow man as yourself. You have to try your best. And anyway, I say all this because I showed my daughter Hannah this story yesterday.
Okay. I don't know what you want. There's
I,
nothing I
I,
can do.
I showed my daughter Hannah this story about that was in, where was it? The New York Post. That there's this been explosion of revenge porn during the coronavirus.
Yeah.
So you have like all of these people who are in relationships, and the relationships ended, and I guess too many guys have too much time in their hands at home, and they're so bitter, and they're like putting out pictures, destroying women's lives.
Not even just pictures. I was reading about um Pornhub has a huge problem that they're trying to. A lot of people are complaining that their ex-boyfriends are uploading their private videos, and there's no way to um what's that light? Yeah, so they're uploading private videos, not just pictures, and they get disseminated everywhere. It's like once it's out there, it can truly ruin people's lives. They can't get jobs if someone finds out about it. It's like a really evil thing to do.
Wait, so
How much can you hate someone
I
to do
can't
that?
claim that I know everything about Pornhub. Thank God. So you can
There's
upload whatever
limits.
you want on Pornhub, whatever, anything.
I don't know how it works. I don't know, but I don't know. Can you upload anything you want?
Well, you said that
Whatever,
people are just uploading.
or they're submitting, and maybe it's not Pornhub. I'm just saying big porn websites that a lot of the footage is homemade, and then it's without consent. So, and I think you
Obviously,
can
it's not
like
consent.
some guys have
It's
been
revenge porn. It's
yeah,
done.
some guys have been
It's done
arrested for it.
intentionally to destroy people's lives. People are very angry. A lot of angry people. Well, the thing is, let's just go through this for a second. If you're in a relationship, you're a woman, you're in a relationship, and you don't know where that relationship is going, why film something with this guy anyway when you don't know where the relationship's going. It seems like, why give someone a permanent record of something so intimate? Am I being unfair?
Um, no, that's definitely a good point, but that's not going to get to the root of the problem, which is that even if a woman chooses to do that, that shouldn't be an issue. They shouldn't have that fear that a man is going to take something that intimate and post it on the internet. That's sick.
Yeah, but let's just take it step by step. Even for married couples, people ask me all the time, like, should we make, a private video? And wives might do this for their husbands, and there is something erotic about doing that. And yeah, but it it's going to be stored somewhere. It's going to be on your computer. It's going to be on your phone. Someone might eventually see it. It doesn't seem like a great idea. When
I'm
I
sure husbands do it to their wives also, probably during divorce. I'm sure there's cases like that.
Well, first I'm looking at people who actually get along, husbands and wives who love each other, and who might make erotic videos for each other because they want to bring some more excitement. Even that might not be the best idea because it's going to end up somewhere. It has to be stored on a phone, on a computer, that's in the cloud.
Get
It
hacked.
just seems like it could get out somehow. I remember when I wrote my book with Pamela Anderson, that famous video of her with her husband Tommy Lee. She told me that was stolen out of their safe. So,
Yeah.
so even if you're happily married, is it a good idea to do one of these intimate videos?
No, well, nowadays it's maybe not because the prospect of it getting shared is really terrifying. People hack stuff all the time. Um,
Right. So it might not be the best idea. I mean, maybe you can make it for each other if you're married. Like, I want to make sure that husbands and wives have all the erotic outlets that single people would have. And there's nothing wrong with a wife making a video for her husband or making it together, but I'm not sure that they should keep it. They should probably destroy it because their privacy could eventually be compromised. And that's if they're happily married and they're getting along and they're not even concerned that one will use it for any
yeah.
kind of revenge. Even then, it's probably not a good idea to store it somewhere. I'm sorry to have to say that. It's just that today, I mean,
Yeah,
everything is
that's
hacked,
true. Yeah.
and you got to assume that anything you put on a computer could end up somewhere where you don't want it to be. Now, if that's true in a happy marriage and in a happy and healthy relationship, now let's go to let's go to a relationship where you don't know if it's going to be happy and healthy in a year. Or why are women today? So just take this in order, Chana. Why are women today allowing boyfriends who they're not even that close to them? Maybe they're not married. It's not their husband. Why are they making so many videos or letting videos being made about them naked? Because revenge porn, I'm guessing, is not women putting pictures of their. Is it? Do women do revenge
No,
porn as well?
not even close to how much men do it.
Because the men are trying to say that you were. This is a loose woman. They're trying to.
They're trying to shame them
Yeah.
and humiliate them and ruin their life. But I think it's mainly two reasons. Either they the woman's just really into it and they think it's adventurous and it's fun and something new, or they're going along with it because they feel pressured into it and they want the guy to think they're cool and wild and okay with it. That could be a that could be a factor.
To show that they're okay going along with this.
Yeah.
Are the women taking videos or pictures of themselves naked and sending it to their boyfriends, or are the boyfriends making these videos,
Well,
or
it depends.
both?
There's different kinds. There's what I was taught. The article was really talking about pictures and stuff like that, but then I looked into it more, and it's also a lot of videos that are being uploaded without consent. So you have both. I don't think men, when
Hang
they're
on, wait. I'm gonna
angry, it's
fix this. One second. Okay, for those joining us on Instagram, let me make this better.
oh, that's better.
No, it's too high, I think. Okay. We're talking about the spike in revenge porn that has hit the news like out of the blue. Revenge porn has become a thing during the coronavirus. Like I said, I thought the coronavirus would bring out more of our heart, more of our caring. And there's these like horrible stories one after another, which is why
I know
we
what's
do these
going
Facebook
on.
lives about trying to bring down the divorce rate. But revenge porn. So I asked Hannah, if you're a woman in a relationship and you're not married and you don't know where the relationship is going, why would you send some guy who's not your husband and there's like no real security in the relationship? Why would you send him a video of you naked, knowing that revenge porn exists? Because you trust them?
You're saying now or in general?
No, in general. I'm asking why people would do
No, I
that.
said it's two factors. Either they want to do it. They like we talked about what the whole nude selfie surge, especially now, is that it's women like to feel sexy and feel desired, so they send these, and it kind of it feeds their self esteem or whatever it is. But they've shown that these do actually enhance self esteem, and seeing women seeing themselves in a very sexual way and expressing themselves like that. But um, I think there is a little bit of pressure to go along with it when you want to show a guy that you're down.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so you're saying
Like
that women.
you're relaxed
There's
about it. You're
pressure.
cool. There's a little bit of pressure. I'm sure some.
In other
people
words,
do
they're
it
trying to
because of
show that they're not inhibited.
Especially
I'm,
younger.
I'm good with my body. I'm like
No, or like
with this
I'm
new millennial age.
Yeah,
I can take
exactly.
videos and send pictures.
or like I'm not a prude.
I'm not a prude. Okay.
But I think especially with younger, you see it with teenagers all the time, that the issues they're having in high schools, that someone leaks nudes, and then they use it to bully a girl.
Okay. So do women not understand that that this can happen? Like, so if the relationship breaks up, do they then go to their old boyfriend and say, "Can I have all of that back?" Or is that like it flags it? Like,
I think it's just like an ethical given that if you have these and you break up, you just. I mean, I'm sure
you're
guys.
supposed to delete it.
You should, but I'm sure
Wait, what do you mean
guys
ethical?
don't.
There's no, this is not like a
I'm saying that's like the
unspoken
right
rule.
thing to do. It should be. It should be a given that you don't hold on to these things like in a blackmail folder just in case. You should just get rid of them.
Do you think the average guy who has pictures of
No, I don't
one of
think they're going to
his
get rid of them.
one of his exes are
Probably put
suddenly
them in
going
a
to delete?
secret file.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're holding it on to use it as blackmail. I'm just saying that men like porn, right?
Yeah,
So they're going to
of
hold on
course.
to it. So the women should not be.
I mean, that's bad enough if you're going to use it after you're not with someone, but at least don't share it. That's so messed up.
Okay, Andrew just wrote that men are getting pressured by women. It's the opposite. He says, at
Oh,
least for
that's
him,
interesting.
that the women are pressuring you, Andrew, to like send pictures of yourself. Sheila makes a good point. Kim Kardashian
could
became
be.
famous. Yes, some of these sex tapes made a lot of people famous.
Yeah. Well, Pamela Anderson was already famous, but Kim Kardashian, it blew her. She's sent her into the stratosphere. But
Really?
I have to say
Is that true?
Are you?
That's what made her famous.
Yeah.
But
But you know what? I do have to.
I really don't
I
know
give
this.
her a
I'm not.
little
I'm not.
credit,
I'm not
like-
trying to say that. Like maybe I
No, I mean
heard
she
it.
came from a well-known family,
but
but
was
that's
it-
really what made her famous.
Okay, was it with some famous guy? The sex tape? Because why isn't that guy famous? It wasn't with the man she's married to now, right?
No,
Kanye West. Okay,
It was
so
with
why?
some other guy.
So why isn't
I
that
think he
guy?
was kind of
So
famous.
why isn't he famous?
Um, because it's not as shameful for a man. But that's why I'm saying I give her a little bit of credit, because that was probably one of the most humiliating things to happen, and she just owned it, and now no one even brings it up. She didn't like hide in a corner. A lot of young girls, they kill themselves over this. Kill themselves.
Literally,
Yeah.
they will commit suicide when
Yeah.
they are.
Especially girls in high school like that. Girls have killed themselves.
Well,
You can go to jail for this.
Do you think there are enough laws protecting women from?
No, definitely not. There should be more.
The story that I sent to you had something about that in Britain. There's like a revenge porn hotline that you can call up.
Yeah.
And what do? They take it off the internet? What do?
Yeah, they take it down. Apparently, like each video has a fingerprint. They call it like an electronic fingerprint. I don't know what it's called, but that's how they track if something has been uploaded. If they take it down, then they can have ways of making sure it doesn't get uploaded again. But they're saying it's not working, and there just has to be better measures of making sure that women aren't like they're not so vulnerable. I just think this shows a really interesting like discrepancy between men and women. Like you barely ever see
What's the
women
discrepancy? Getting that mean?
Listen, I know that I think that generally women can be a bit more catty than men, but when men are angry, there's something really scary that comes out.
So you think the men that are doing this were probably rejected by the women in question? Like, do you think women ended the relationship?
Probably something like that. There has to be something.
Well,
really,
if you call it
you're
revenge
feeling
porn,
that
there has to be
much-
revenge for something.
Yeah,
What
it's
are they taking
revenge.
revenge? What are they taking
maybe
revenge
for breaking up with them, maybe for cheating on them. But
Oh, maybe they were cheating on them.
Yeah. And then they're like, oh, she's a slut, so I'm going to show everyone.
Oh, look at
Um,
this. Someone just shared this with us. Thank you, Sheila. So here's a story of the Kim Kardashian tape. February 2007, a sex tape made by Kardashian and Ray J in 2002 was leaked. Kardashian filed a lawsuit against Vivid Entertainment, who distributed the film. She later dropped the suit and settled for a report of $5 million, allowing Vivid to release the tape. She allowed them to release the tape?
I didn't know that.
What?
Oh my God, I didn't know that.
Is that true?
Listen, it was
That means
probably
it was like
so.
that sounds like it was a
She
licensing deal.
allowed them? Oh, she is settled for $5 million.
But then it says
So I
allowing
guess it was,
Vivid to release the tape.
that was probably part of the settlement. Listen, it
No,
was
the
probably
settlement. Wait a second. She sued because that means she was only suing
she dropped the lawsuit
settled.
and
Okay,
settled for
that
five
would have
million.
meant that the tape had to be destroyed or had to be taken down. If she allowed it to be released, I'd really like to know because I don't know what
I
happened
don't know the
here.
full story,
It sounds like it was a
but
licensing deal.
but I also think it's interesting that like what part do people who watch this revenge porn take? Like when this tape came in, the entire world was watching Kim Kardashian.
Now Dina tells
Like,
us that Kim Kardashian made a tape with her football player boyfriend. It was somehow released after Paris. Yeah, I forgot about the
oh,
Paris Hilton
Paris
tape.
Hilton
She
also
also had
a
one.
tape. Yeah,
Who was that with?
some guy.
And why isn't he famous?
Because no one really cares when no one cares.
no one cares about
It's
naked guys.
yeah, basically. And also when a woman does it, it's much more scandalous. But do you know the story of Lady Godiva?
Yes.
Right. So it reminds me of that. That when Lady Godiva was sent outside, I think it was like a punishment for,
Yeah, she had to
and she had to
ride a
go.
horse naked.
She had to go. She had to go naked on this on and ride horseback. All the townspeople to show her respect.
Turned around.
They turned around. They
right.
didn't even come out of their houses.
Right.
Just saying something about when people find out that someone famous has a sex tape, everyone rushes to watch it.
Okay, but a lot of the people that are writing in the comments are implying that the celebrities want them to watch it. That they protested too much.
They also say that maybe that they release. Oh,
Now Dina says, you think her mother released it?
It's possible.
Look at the empire they built. Yeah, well,
Might have been worth it. I don't know. Look at them. They.
yeah, but Hannah, but you can't have it both ways. We can't say on the one hand that this is something so serious that
It
women
is so
women are
serious.
killing themselves. I mean, that's as serious as it gets if people commit suicide because they're shamed through revenge porn. And then also say simultaneously, wink, wink, nod, nod. People are using this to get famous.
They are. It's a problem, but I think that's what I'm saying with Kim Kardashian. Maybe there was something to her owning it. Like, what other choice did she have? To never come out of the house again? I'm sure no matter what, it was humiliating.
Yeah. So then there should be one standard, which is that all of these things should be condemned and the websites that publish them should be condemned. But the moment we start saying that some women are using this to get famous and that they're doing it
No, I'm not condoning
cynically,
sending out a sex tape to get famous. I find that humiliating. But if you want to be famous that badly, I mean, that'll probably do the trick.
you and I talked the other day about.
I'm saying it's also up to people. People are the ones who are watching it, and we're the ones who made Kim Kardashian famous.
Yeah, Hannah, we know that's a problem.
Right.
Because
so
70% of the internet is porn. It's not just the
no,
problem
but
is not just
people, I think
revenge
there's
porn.
something
The
about
problem is
America
porn.
that when something humiliating happens to someone, we revel in it. We love it.
Because we like taking people down.
Yeah.
People, we live in the illusion that when we bring someone down 2 pegs, we go up 1 peg. Actually, you don't go up at all. You're in the same place you were, but you feel better because you see other people's sorrows. Yeah, but this is the celebrity game. We love propping people up, and then we love tearing them down.
Yeah.
But revenge porn is not about celebrities. Revenge porn is about 99% of these people who are being revenge porned are unknown. They're just being shamed. And the guys that are doing this, they're not trying to bring notoriety to these women. They're trying to hurt them.
Yeah.
They want to hurt them because
so celebrity
it's
aside,
revenge.
Yeah, it's revenge. They want to destroy their lives. They want them to never be able to get a job, have people,
okay,
their parents.
one
Their
of the,
families know about it. Who knows?
one of the things that separates us, and I like that we have disagreements at times. I wrote Kosher Sex, but you created the company based on Kosher Sex. But we're part of two different generations, father and daughter, both committed to Judaism, universal Jewish values, a Jewish way of life. But we have differences in our opinions on many things, Chana, as they pertain to relationships, which is fine because we live in a democracy and you, as my daughter, have the right to be wrong. I respect your right to be
Oh,
wrong.
thanks.
So whenever you disagree with me, you are wrong, but you have that right. I mean, so one of the things that we sometimes disagree about is that you are a little bit, maybe you feel that I am more prepared to judge certain things about people's intimate relationships, whereas you want to try to be more understanding of it. That's too much of a generalization, perhaps. I'd have
Yeah.
to, but let me now bring it to this. Can't we say, as a blanket rule, that it's probably a really bad idea for women to allow themselves to be filmed or taking pictures naked when you're in a relationship with someone you're not married to and you have no idea where the relationship's going? Not that, God forbid, I'm ever blaming the victims. Revenge porn should be outlawed. It's disgusting. It's potentially criminal. You said yourself that people can kill themselves over this. It doesn't get more serious. So the people who are doing it they're vile, they're scum. But still, even when it comes to scummy guys, we shouldn't give them the tools to hurt us. Isn't it a good idea probably not to do this in the first place? Or do you think that
Okay, but you know that that's why I have a problem saying those things because I feel like it's victim blaming. And at the end of the day, it's like I watched this amazing documentary about the like sexual assaults in the military and how prevalent it is and what a big deal it is um, and the whole in the beginning the whole idea in the army was have a like the buddy system that women female soldiers should not walk around by themselves because they have to protect themselves because they could be attacked. And to me, that just sounded like, yeah, like what you're saying is a very temporary solution to a big problem. If you don't want this to happen, then just don't do it. Protect yourself. But it's not getting to the root of the problem that there are going to be couples that are going to do this and men should be terrified. Women shouldn't have to like inhibit themselves. Men should be terrified to do this.
okay? But both are
You're
right.
not getting to the
But
root
no,
of the
but okay.
problem.
Well, so
So
both.
temporarily, yeah, if you're for yeah, because it's such a big problem, I would tell women to be cautious, but I don't it sucks that you have to say that and that women have to always be cautious in everything they do. We always have to be cautious whether we're walking down the street or whether you're in a relationship or you want to be intimate with someone, you always have to be cautious. And that and that's why I think women it ultimately bleeds into the way that their sexuality because they're always protecting themselves.
It's two things. First of all, there's a legal dimension. What you're saying is there should be a legal dimension. There should be criminal, people should be prosecuted. Men should know that if you post pictures as a way of taking revenge or not taking revenge, if you violate someone's privacy without their permission, that's should be a crime, right? Is that what you're
Yeah.
saying? Okay. Of course, it should be a crime. In the same way that, breaking into someone's house is a crime, but you should still lock the door at night, even though it's a crime, even though that person's going to be prosecuted.
Yeah, true.
Now
If
that
you
we
get
know that
broken-
men are being really scummy and that this stuff is happening, and it's shocking that this stuff is happening, and so many other, unacceptable things are happening. And during coronavirus, people have too much time on their hands, and they could either use it to be better, and some of them are allowing themselves to be the opposite of better. Don't give them the tools. What's wrong with saying that?
Yeah. No, I agree with it. It's just not getting to the root of the problem.
What's the root of the
It's that
problem?
the root of the problem
That
is
men
that
can be animals? What?
yes, we have to weed that
That
out
didn't
first.
start now.
So what? We can fix things. What do you mean? Look at
I've
look
tried
at the
my
Me
whole
Too-
life to get us men
look
to
at the
be
Me
better.
Too
Of course,
movement
I
right
agree with
now.
you.
Okay, so
Of
that's what I'm
course, I
saying.
agree.
So why?
I want men to be gentlemen. I want men to respect women. I want men to. I've spent my life. In
I
these
know you
books.
have. So I'm surprised. I'm not
No,
surprised
in
you're
the books.
saying that,
No,
but
no.
it's a temporary solution. Look at the Me Too movement. If people kept on saying women shouldn't go up to the hotel rooms because you're making yourself vulnerable to this certain situation, and you know what they want, and why are you going upstairs? That's not getting to the root of the problem, which is that women were finding themselves in these situations because they were going to lose their jobs. They were not. They wanted to be in movies, and there's yeah, women made mistakes, but that's not their fault that someone attacked them. So this is the same thing. If you're going to say the Me Too, like, getting very heated. I'm getting really mad.
No,
You can't say
no,
that.
you have a right to be mad.
I
It's
just it just pisses
disgusting
me
what's
off that women
happening.
always have to be cautious all the time and not do things that they want to because it's going to be used against them. And I'm not even sure that half these guys who upload revenge porn, I don't even maybe they're not even alerting the women to the fact. Maybe the women never even find out. But they have like this sick thing about knowing that they did it. I don't know.
They want to hurt them.
Yeah.
Let's take two steps back for a second. Firstly, what I said in my life as a relationships writer, counselor, I have tried to take all of us men, myself included, and to up a peg that we should be more sensitive to women, more respectful. I think we do live in a misogynistic society. I think women are sexualized and exploited. And some women participate in that, some do, but that's no excuse for the way we men behave. That we should wean ourselves off porn, that we should learn to reject this stuff, and we should learn to be gentlemen. You know that I've tried to bring us men, myself included, to this higher peg. And I've also tried to have women expect that of men, that if you're going to date a guy, that you have a right to expect that of a man, but you should have those expectations. Now, if you're in a relationship with a man, but my point is, even though we want men to be at a higher plane, Chana,
Until then.
I think people, no, I think people, I'm not saying don't give your boyfriend videos of you naked or pictures of you naked because if it breaks up, he might use it against you. That's a criminal act. It should be a criminal act. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I feel that what you think, what you, this woman in the generic that I'm speaking to, what you think is like a serious relationship and a guy who really respects you, and that give him this intimate view of your life because he's always going to be there for you. He might not always be there
No,
for you.
I agree
Even
with
if he
that.
doesn't put it on the internet. Who says he earned it? Who says he deserves? He's not your husband. I just feel that we take shortcuts to intimacy today. We're pretending that we have this incredibly close-knit connection just because we've been dating for like a month or so, and it's not there.
Yeah.
That
No,
the
I
man
agree,
has
I agree with
not
that.
proven that he's really dedicated to you.
Yeah. No, that's also a problem even emotionally when women get feel emotionally connected to someone or I mean even hormonally women release a hormone once they're intimate with someone that bonds them to to the person they've slept with, but um women do have to protect themselves because if they get emotionally connected to someone and there's nothing there, then they're the ones who are going to be jaded and not trust someone the next time. So it's just like a but I do like to hold people who are really responsible, and that ultimately is the man if they're going to do this.
Okay, correct. It is still the man who is behaving despicably, perhaps criminally, and this is a problem. You know, throughout the coronavirus, we're going to end with this. I really have given so much thought. I mean, you know, as my daughter, we sit and we have dinner together with the whole family, and we're learning Torah at night, and I really want this time. We have to redeem this time in some way. It's such a challenging time. The news is so hard to watch every day. Just when we think things are getting better, then you see there's another outbreak here. It goes down in New York, goes up in New Jersey. It goes down in New Jersey, it goes up in, I don't know, Middle America, North Dakota, Virginia, Wisconsin. And if we're going to go through this hard time, and some days we hear, oh, we're so close to a vaccine. And the next day, well, what if there is no vaccine at all? God forbid, which I don't believe. If we're going to go through this time, let's redeem it at least by being better people, more sensitive. That's why we want more Torah. So all of you who are watching and you're thinking about your relationships, make it better. This is the time to be more passionately married. This is the time to connect more deeply with your children. This is the time to be more charitable. This is the time to judge less and connect more. And that's why these subjects are so important. But for the single guys out there who want to hurt someone, you know, if a relationship ended, that's kind of sad. I wish it would have gone on to like you know, I believe in marriage, so like happily ever after. But if it didn't, to try to hurt someone and humiliate them and rob them of their dignity to the point, like Rochana said, where women are even like killing themselves over stuff like this. It's pretty darn serious.
Yeah, it's really low. But anyway,
Kosher.sex. What product do you want to tell people about just before we get off? I'm
um,
looking at
actually, that's OU kosher, that
what?
water-based lubricant.
Oh, it is?
Yeah,
Really? It doesn't know you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's quite
If you want
literally
certified
kosher.
kosher lube, kosher.sex.
But it's only kosher if it's used in marriage.
Okay.
Okay, God bless you
Alright.
guys. Hold on. Okay. Stay safe, everybody. Stay safe, and God be with you.